Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 12. My name is Evan Sunokogi. The Edo State lawmakers have passed the 2026 appropriation bill into law. The House also passed two other bills and confirmed Mr. Chris Okaibe as commissioner in the state. Assembly correspondent Joy Obaisiagbon reports.
The Edo State House of Assembly has passed the 2026 Appropriation Bill into law at its final plenary sitting on Tuesday, marking the end of the 2025 legislative year. Presenting the report, Chairman of the House Committee on Budget and Appropriation, Honorable Father Agberemole, representing Asan Central Constituency, submitted 3 key findings and 2 recommendations. He noted that the budget aligns with the developmental agenda of the state government. In another development, the House considered and passed a bill to amend the Edo State Local Government Electoral Law, as well as a bill to establish the Edo State Economic Planning Council Board. Additionally, the lawmakers screened and confirmed Mr. Chris Okaibe as commissioner several months after his nomination by Governor Monday Okpebholo. From Benin, Joy Obaisiagbon, ITV News.
The rich cultural heritage of Benin Kingdom unfolded at the residence of the Esama of Benin on Tuesday as different groups and personalities trooped in to celebrate the Ugewe, a festival of purification and blessings. Pius Nsogo reports that cheerful rendition of tribute and homage in honor of the Esama of Benin characterized the event.
In Benin culture, Ewe leaves are traditionally used for purification, blessings, and the making of important events. Several groups, families, and individuals continued to troop into the house of Igbenedion to pay tribute and celebrate Ugewe with the Esama of Benin, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion. The list of visitors was endless. Different cultural groups, families, professional bodies, and social clubs all took turns to celebrate the season with the Esama of Benin. In an interview, the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion, spoke on the significance of the traditional Ewe leaf, noting that tradition has a vital role in shaping community values and ensuring peace and harmony among the people.
Today is New Year Day for Benin. We receive a word today, and you are a Benin man. To pray to say thank you for Lord for attending another year.
Also present were the Sisters of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, Igwosa, led by their Superior General, Sister Josephine Ebuehi, as well as members of the International Federation of Women Lawyers, FIDA, Edo State Branch, who paid courtesy visit to the Esama, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
It was another evening of joy and songs of glad tidings at the House of Igbenedion, as the Archdiocesan Choir of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin, led by the chaplain of the Catholic Choir in Nigeria, Very Reverend Father James Chima Okosisi, rendered so lifting Christmas carols and 3 Bible readings in honor of the Esama of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawo Igbenedion. Pius Nsogo reports that the Christmas carol service brought together friends of the House of Igbenedion, including the Chancellor of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin, Reverend Father Francis Michael Oyanofo.
The Archdiocesan Choir kick-started the evening with the symbolic carol, "O Come Let Us Adore Him," which resonated on the lips of the audience. Other Christmas songs followed and were equally relished by guests. The first Bible lesson read by Deacon Mike Nosa Ehima was taken from Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 to 28, focusing on the creation story. The second reading, Genesis chapter 3, verses 8 to 15, which centered on the fall of man, was read by Dorcas Oshigwe.
But the Lord God called the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked.
More joyful songs were rendered to the delight of the Esama of Benin, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Usawari Benedium, while the Chancellor of the Archdiocese of Benin, Very Reverend Father Michael Oyenuafo, took the third reading on the birth of Jesus from Luke chapter 2, verses 1 to 7.
While they were there, the time came for the baby to be born, and she gave birth to her firstborn, a son.
In our homily, Reverend Father James Chima Okosisi spoke strongly against perpetrators of violence and wanton killings in parts of the country, saying it was time for such acts to stop. He thereafter commended the Esama of Benin for his fatherly role to all.
It is time of joy. It is time of peace. It's a time we sit together as family and let us rediscover ourselves again.
Christmas carols, which are songs traditionally sung to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, have a long and rich history and continue to give hope to humanity. From Benin, Pius Nsogo, ITV News.
With just a few hours to Christmas, markets across the city are witnessing increased activity as residents rush to purchase food items for the celebration. However, while prices of some major staples have dropped significantly, others have recorded sharp increases, raising concerns among shoppers. Patience Osaogiwa reports that traders are also complaining of low patronage.
The birth of Jesus Christ is celebrated by Christians worldwide on the 25th of December every year. As a result, families traditionally shop for food items and other essentials ahead of the festivities. Findings from markets across the city reveal a notable drop in the prices of some food commodities. A bag of rice such as Wow, which previously sold for about 140,000 naira, now sells for approximately 100,000 naira. Other brands, including African King and Mango Rice, which sold for 100,000 naira and 70,000 naira respectively, are now selling for between 55,000 naira and 70,000 naira. Similarly, chickens that previously sold for between 30,000 naira and 35,000 naira are now being sold for 18,000 naira to 25,000 naira, depending on the size. Prices of spices, groundnut oil, onions, tomatoes, fresh pepper, and other cooking ingredients have also reduced depending on brand and quality. Some traders attribute the low patronage to insufficient cash circulation, noting that many customers now purchase food items in smaller quantities.
We know say tea is cheap, but there's no market, they not buy anything. Rice, back before, last year we said 120. Now, then they see 55, 60, 70.
I propose to sell at the rate of 25, selling 18,000. I only sold 2 since morning.
On the other hand, some shoppers say that although prices of certain items have dropped, the high cost of other foodstuffs is making Christmas preparations challenging.
The way when things still cost now too much, then money no day. And they work since morning, and not fit buy things, so things too cost.
Rice cheap, chicken don't cheap. Make that make chicken cheap.
Despite these challenges, many residents say they remain hopeful and are determined to celebrate the season modestly. From Benin, Patience Osaogiwa, ITV News.
In the meantime, as the Christmas celebration draws closer, prices of some staple food items have dropped in the markets, while the cost of other essential commodities remains high. Some market traders and customers in Warri, Delta State and its environs have appealed to both the state and federal governments to intensify efforts on food security in order to eradicate hunger, poverty and suffering faced by citizens across the country. Warri correspondent Gbenka Ahmed, who monitored activities in the market, has the details.
Like the previous Yuletide season, when traders and customers groaned under the high cost of food items, some market traders and shoppers in Warri and environs say this year Christmas celebration appears slightly different. They noticed that prices of food items have dropped, although they complain of low patronage. The traders commended the federal government for its efforts at addressing food security while urging authorities to do more to further reduce hunger and suffering in the land. A local trader in rice and beans said Prices of both commodities have dropped significantly, while traders in chicken and catfish complained of difficulties in purchasing stock due to high costs.
Like the rice we were selling for 130 last year is 100. Then the one we sold for 90 is 56,000. So the one we sold for 105 this year now is 65,000. Right now, the beans that we sold last year for maybe 200,000. Right now it's 17,000. So the price are okay.
One government to empower the farmers, so I give the fish, the material go many. So when the material many, the increments will come down.
They should do something about it because livelihood now is very hard. Seriously.
So certain things drop on the price, but the minds of them is no longer on like as it were.
They also called on the state and federal governments to tackle insecurity as a matter of urgent priority, noting that fighting against hunger, suffering, and malnutrition can only be achieved in a secure environment. From Warri, Gbenga Hamid, ITV News.
And still on the Christmas celebrations now, as the Christmas draws closer, traffic in Benin City is beginning to reflect the rush associated with the Yuletide, with more people moving in and out of the city. Transport fares have recorded a slight increase, while transport operators report high patronage despite the prevailing economic hardship in the country. Dona Dehemiye reports.
Traffic in major parts of Benin City is gradually building up as residents and travelers prepare for the Christmas celebration. From the King Square to Waya Road, Urubi, Donson, Uselu, and major motor parks across the city, there is a noticeable increase in vehicular movements as commuters make last-minute arrangements to travel to their various destinations. Some travelers say transport fares have witnessed a slight increase compared to previous weeks, a development they attribute to the festive rush.
I'm not a regular traveler, but this year I think I've entered with the same amount twice to Lagos, so I think it's relatively stable.
Meanwhile, some transport operators, while noting high patronage, say this year's Christmas rush is not as intense as that of last year.
It's a festive season. People are traveling to see their loved ones, so the rush this period is always very much. The pressure going to different places, especially the east, is always very high. So you can see since morning we've been so busy, boarding people to the east.
There's patronage. Depend on the business that they are doing, but I cannot ascertain last year to this year. But in a day, you must have one or two vehicles moving.
From Benin, Donald Ihiminyeng, ITV News.
The Edo State Police Command has declared one Fabius Evans missing. In a statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer, Edo State Police Command, ASP Eno Okoede, one Fabius Evans of number 5 Iyamo Street off Upper Ikewan Road, Benin City, Edo State, left home on the 16th of December 2025 to an unknown destination. All efforts made to trace him proved abortive. According to the statement, Fabius Evans, Edith Obo, is 16 years old, dark in complexion, about 4 feet tall, without tribal marks, speaks English and Benin languages fluently. The statement adds that anyone with useful information about the whereabouts of Fabius Evans should kindly contact the nearest police station. And with that story now, when the news updates at noon, thanking you for watching. Don't forget to join us at 3 o'clock for the world news. My name is Evan Sunohugi. Good afternoon.
ITV, certainly the best.
Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Sotun rites of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortal Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Immortal Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewai paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, beside Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best. ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Welcome to Market Survey, your weekly guide to the pulse of trade and daily living in Benin City. Today, we take you to Oluku Market. Oluku Market serves as a key distribution point for goods coming into Benin City from the northern Nigeria and other parts of the country. In recent months, the rising cost of food items has continued to affect households, and onions, a key staple food in almost every Nigerian meal, have not been spared. Once considered an affordable ingredient, onions have become noticeably more expensive in many markets. On this edition of Market Survey, we focus on the price of onions in Oluku Market. We'll find out the current market rates, what's driving the change, and how traders are coping with the new realities. Stay tuned as we bring you insights straight from the market.
How the market of onions be now? How the price is there for market?
So the price don't come down small. No be like it before. Okay. But now the bag you ask Abi how are they selling for there? Yes. Abi for the bag.
So how you take they buy the bag for market? Because now you say the price don't reduce.
Yes, the price was 75 this one. Okay. For one bag. So now I can sell the one 100 naira, 200 for pieces. Yeah. And the small new one I can sell 150 to 100 naira.
So how much you they buy the bag before?
Before it cost, so it don't reach 300, 280. But now it don't come down way. Okay.
So all those ones where you tie for them, now what will be the least price, the smallest price where you feel sell them?
Now 200. Yes, 200. And this one what they put up for inside, they say 200.
So now your customer now they complain say the thing still there on the high side, even as you thought can say it don't come down.
It don't come down now. Any person where they buy onions now, you know say it don't come down. Because the smallest one before, now it be 200. Okay. We get the one what they said before, 500. Okay. See now I can say 200. You know say don't come down, the price don't come down way. Okay. Tie 200 this one.
This one now you tie 200?
Yeah, 200.
So now be the least
and I be the last amount this one.
So you not get 100 naira?
101. This one is a small I put the 4 point inside 200. Okay. And the small one this type. This one like this, now be 100 naira for one. Okay. And the second one this type I can say 200, 3,500. Okay. And
200 naira for one.
And 200 naira for one, 3,500.
Okay, you not get the one where they say 500 for one?
No, did that one.
Okay, but the price don't.
And the price no go there. If you go there, I will sell like that. And you say the market be like a rubber, you know if you cut them. If you carry go to follow you long, you know if you cut them. That's what the market be.
How onions be now for market? How you take they sell onions for market? But firstly, I want to know that price is don't reduce.
No, now onion don't cost now. You don't add money well now. Yes.
So how much now you say they buy the bag now as it don't cost?
Now 120 after they buy back now. 120? Yes.
The bag gets different sizes?
It gets small, it get big one. Big one 120, small 50,000.
So how much you pay till they buy them before? Because now you say it don't cost.
Before that time where no cost. They buy small one 20,000, big one 50,000.
Okay.
Yes.
So but now that big one will be 120,000. So this basket with your hand now, if you full them, this small one with the inside, how much you take they said the onions if you full them?
If you put that, I will say down 5,000.
This one 5,000?
Yes.
Last, even if the person price?
Last, yes.
Then this other one, if you full, how much did they sell?
I will sell it for 8,000.
This one 8,000.
Yes.
Even if the person price now still 8,000.
I pick come up 500 for her now.
So this one 8,000. This one 5,000 last.
So which one be the least price where you dey sell? The smallest price where you dey sell? You say you fit sell last for like the small amount where you dey sell for your onions.
Onions 500. 200 naira the smallest price.
200 naira be the smallest price where you dey price.
100 naira now no day.
So now we be say the price now don't increase the way you take talk. Customer when they come buy now they complain, they give you say this thing too expensive.
If you know like I may drop my onion now.
So how you take they sell them? How you take they sell the onions with there so?
For one, I be one it get 15 naira, it get 100 naira, it get 200.
So which one be 15 naira? Which one be 100 naira?
That one 15 naira.
Okay.
That size now 100 naira.
Okay.
This one no reach 200 a pass. 150.
Last price.
Last price this one. 150. Now the last price.
So this one they say 200 and they shade like many because I see like 1, 2, 3, 4 they'll shade and 200 naira.
That's some. This one 200.
Okay, for this one's like this. The small one if they gather at 200. So you know how much they buy the bag? Yes.
Now they buy one bag. Small.
Yes.
15. 50,000.
Yes.
That before they sell 25, 24.
Okay. So but now how much you got to the buyer?
50.
50,000. The one that they said 25 before now 50 now.
Okay,
yes. It don't add price.
From discussion with traders here in the local market, it's clear that the prices of onions are seeing a significant rise compared to previous months. According to traders, most of the onions sold in Benin come from the northern state, particularly Kano, Sokoto, and Kaduna. Transportation costs remain one of the biggest factors behind the increase. The high price of fuel and the cost of loading and offloading goods have all contributed to the upward trend. Seasonal changes also play a role during the rainy season. Onion supply often drops because excess moisture affects storage and causes spoilage. As a result, fewer onions reach the market and prices rise sharply. Traders say they struggle to balance profit and customer satisfaction. They buy at high prices and are forced to sell at higher rates, knowing that too much increase could drive buyers away.
So all these onions now where you tie for cellophane, the way you take tie and how much they sell and last?
200.
Maybe the last price. So if person price at 150 now, you know say?
No say.
The price for onions, you don't come down, I be still there up.
No, we come down. It don't cost.
It don't cost?
Yes.
Where?
It don't cost, why?
How sound until they buy it before?
It don't cost, why? No be small.
So this basket now where you take shade potato, if you put onions for inside now, how much you take sell?
Down 10,000.
Last price?
Yes.
How you want to sell?
Last price 10,000.
But what if you know say onions get different sizes, small one and big one. If not the small one there for inside here, so now be 10,000.
No, yeah. Anyway.
So anyone, whether small one or big one, if you there here na 10,000 last.
Yes.
So okay. If you there inside here na how much last?
10,000 now. Last.
How much they sell last?
Now 200.
This one like this now 200. Yes,
Last price now 200. Sima koda na big one na 200. That one na small. Nobody something. That one na big one, small one na 200.
Yes. So this basket now, how much they sell like 50?
Sima koda.
This basket like for small one like this one for how much they sell and this one?
Sima koda so put basket.
Yes.
Now 1,500 na 2,000. Sima koda one na 8,000 na 7,000.
Okay. This one for 8,000, 7,000.
Yes.
This one for 1,500, 2,000.
Yes.
So you know they sell like 100 naira or 50 naira?
No, you know get 50 naira now. Sima put down na small 100 naira. Sima put down na small. You see 50 naira.
So how you raising the price now? You don't come down for market. I mean, it's still there on the high side. It's there up.
Sima put down on market. See, now market today now almost anyone it don't cost.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
As this your onions be like this for this rubber now, how much did they sell?
We sell at 20,000.
Last price.
The last price.
As it be so because now small ones they here. If na big one a different price.
If na big on different price.
How much you sell if na big?
25. Na seller. Last price.
Now small ones like this one are 20,000.
Na 20,000 because a single is 100 naira. This small one is 50 naira.
Okay.
So I would say if people space one say. Or pick on this one 6,500 or 7,500. This one is 6,200 or 5,200. That's why to sell it.
This basket now.
This one basket I feel sell at 5,000. This one.
If it full.
If
you shave and wear 5,000.
If you shave and wear because now when it don't come down now.
It don't come down.
It don't come down. How should I be for this one? Got this 15,000 or 20,000. So now it don't come down now.
So how much do they buy bag as it don't take come down?
The bag, the small bag that is 50,000. The big bag that is 70,000 I will sell it.
Yeah. Now they buy
now they buy for ring road here.
How much did they buy it before? Wait cost.
Before 150, 200 massive.
So now I don't really draw.
You don't need to draw.
So all those ones now where you shade, all those ones where they sell it, how much?
It's a 200. 200. If we sell it, it's 3,500.
Okay, the theory, if you share this theory, now person to buy at 500.
Yes, so if you sell it.
Okay.
So even because of the problem why we're facing, now because of the road, before owners come here, motor don't spoil. So that is why if not, owners go come down way.
So now they say the reason why the price still there.
Yeah, so because of the transport. For instance now, if you buy timber for that side, so before you come here, some of them don't spoil. So this 3 of them, I go take increase the money so that I go see small money for inside. If you not, owners is not supposed to be like this. So it's supposed to come down. Now because of the road what we are facing. So that is why.
But why they be like that? How many days did they spend for road if they come?
If I buy on Thursday, so motor pick on Saturday or Sunday. So because of road, the fee reach Monday or Tuesday before you come here. How should they no more? If a motor enter road on Thursday, Friday, in the evening, it's supposed to reach Benin here. So now because of the road, that is why owners go take before reach. So I wish not in my store today, you go see many bag waste for. So if you know because of down, owners go just come down like this.
So that one you think say that be the reason why make
it small. Make it small. I wish you get better road normal. So if owners a motor enter on Thursday, Friday, in the evening time on the night, motor go reach Benin here. Owners no go spoil. So instead they reach on Saturday, it never reach on Monday or Tuesday. Now you go come because of the road, hot dog and lack of hot for road. So that is why.
But
if you know it's
onions, now you get the season where we say it's cheap, where we say now it's season for onions.
That season within now.
Now so this one season now.
That season within now. Why? Because that season only for Kano. This one are Kano onions.
Okay.
So Sokoto and Aleru, Kebbi State in Barish.
Okay.
In Barish. Maybe before Christmas, Sokoto and Kano, Sokoto and Kebbi State. So they only bring come out. So now only Kano now get onions, and they under the season of onions. So now because of the one way it's spoiled for inside, I just put up for ground so that bees in the inside. I just pick a small. Don't way dry, a piece sale. Don't way no dry, a pitch away. Because of the market. You know, say the market, if you game and if you short. So this one, you know, the period because of the time that will be short for market. So if the time come way to achieve our aim, we go achieve. Because you know about dry now. How should the only dry? Maybe you know if we be like this. Even though because of the road, you know, peaceful like that. So that is why I put up for ground so that the breeze make the enter, so that make the dry small.
Like how many days you take dry?
No, it depends. The one way is spoil. I don't pick a small. Don't way dry. I feel about it. Say small. Now till the 2 weeks, must say you not go do anything unless I pick the small way. The one way is spoil. You see, if you look this one, now don't way is spoil. Why I pick for inside? Yeah. This one is one way spoil. I pick for inside because it never dry from that side. Okay. Because run the fall for that side, and if they bring a corn and rain fall for here, so that is why it would be short for owners. It never dry. House only dry, but there are no sites. Rain don't stop. So owners no go spoil after they spoil by this time.
So all these ones now when we say don't get this way grow on top, they're still good.
No,
all
yes,
these plants come outside.
No, the still small. I pay sell it, manage. So no say this one I see spoil. No be so we say I do one way dry. Okay. So that is why we don't manage for onions. Why? Because the time way to achieve we be achieve. The time we be short because market na so market be. You get the day where you enjoy the market. You get the day where you short. So that is why now we the manage.
So what will be your advice now for people who be say still they buy in bulk like this? So be say they go see like almost all of them don't almost spoil. How they'll take preserve them?
So if you buy onions where is spoil, if you put up for ground, the one way spoil, you go just the pick a small. The one way dry, you go just leave and make breathe the entire. So that even though you go short, you no go short as the thing they pay you, go just short small. For this now, last week as I buy onions for that side, so na 7 bag. So as I carry come here, na 4 bag nice for inside. 3 bag I don't manage, but don't way spoil and don't way no spoil. I just gather together. I just save small. Even though I don't see my game, supply the money may correct. So that is why we don't manage.
So how not say they preserve and may not spoil? Maybe the one where you bring come, where you buy come the bags. How you say they keep and may not spoil? May water not enter.
So now I know they buy many because we never dry. Okay. And they buy small. Like 7 bag, 5 bag. If you are corn, I piece the 3 bag. I put up for ground. Okay. So that I they say small. Before next week, I don't sell I finish. So now so market be with the manage now.
But what if you buy many, you want keep and you want preserve, and you take preserve?
So I know if you buy money now, I think saying about dry. Yeah. So if you are buying money, I'm not saying about dry. Why I buy? I don't short by myself. Okay. So in about dry, I will just buy small. If time reach to buy many, I go buy many. Why? Because that time the north side then stop and here then stop. So don't drive for that side. If I come here, you see dry. So I know they buy many. If I buy many, I know saying on my own. I don't short. Why? Because I know say for that place, only so about dry. Why I buy many come here? So even though I short, that one I know say I'm not short. Why I buy plenty onions? So down on my own. I don't go care for anybody. I will care for myself. You understand? So that is why.
So this one we dey ground now. How you say no the one we be say still don't good? Where you come away don't dry? You say no the one we don't dry for all these ones?
Yeah. This one never dry. And this one don't dry.
Okay. This one now we be say get fruit like this never dry.
You never touch. Okay. Water the day. Yeah. This one, if it don't dry, to bet it spoil. Touch this one. Not be decent. Yeah. So the manage now. The manage for onions. Never dry because na new onions. Maybe if we internet say that time we know the cry for onions because it don't dry.
But if the onions dry, because you say now most of the transporter come now they spoil. But if it dry where if you spend like how many days for road it go spoil?
So even though it dry, so sometimes if we reach 5 days or 3 days or 4 days, it no go spoil. If you see onions spoil by that during onions don't dry, so if you see onions spoil, maybe the motor not spoil for road. So before they transfer to another motor, he had. Maybe if you spoil immediately in the night. So before you call the first one offloader for you, time then you go. So the time to offload or to transferring motor to another motor. So by that time don't you go. So that is why you see onions spoil. Me say, but now myself, now because sometimes they see onion don't spoil, now because of the motor. Okay. if motor spoil, before then transfer it to another motor, time don't go. So that is why we the short. But we go pray for God so that everything, even though you go short, you go short some more. Even though you no see you again, so far your money correct.
Overall, the market survey shows that the rising cost of onions reflects broader economic challenges, from transportation to inflation and seasonal shortages. Still, traders remain hopeful that with better transport conditions and more stable fuel prices, onions will soon become more affordable again.
And we've come to the end of today's edition on Market Survey. And we got to know the prices of onions in markets and if those prices have reduced or they've increased. But due to some interviews that we got from traders, we got to know that the prices has increased a bit. And some say it is due to transportation and spoilage of onions when being transported. And that's it on today's edition of Market Survey. I am Stephanie Notariwa. Thank you so much for watching.
Certainly the best.
Ugeni Madonna, Imazegno, Overo, Ovesniagbo, Emanazo, or Ugeni Madonna.
You will have to serve the community for 30 years before you come to this stage. They will ordain you of your title. Then by then you are one of the elder.
This year now, we don't read the year, so that's why we can do this year.
Historically, joining the Elders Council, an individual must have reached a certain age and must have made significant contributions to the community through leadership, service, or other meaningful ways. There was jubilation in the community as sons and daughters of Okada, both at home and in the diaspora, trooped out to be part of the ceremony with various hymns of the initiates agog with festivities. Friends and well-wishers of those initiated into the Elders Council jubilated at the Ogwedion after performing all traditional rites. The elders, known as Edion, in company with their loved ones, danced to their various homes where guests and family members were entertained.
ITV, certainly the best.
The Ugewe is the final ceremony of the series of festivals. It is one of peace and lightheartedness, following the more solemn of the ritual year. Ugewe is the festival of the Ewe leaves, a symbol of good luck and joy. It is the most popular of all that heralds the dawn of a Benin New Year, new vow, newness of life and freshness of life, and a new hope for the future. In the evening, the Ewe leaves are presented to the Oba of Benin in grand style in a colorful ceremony. The Ihogbe Society, amidst singing and dancing, bring the sacred leaves that symbolize good luck, blessings, peace, and prosperity. Each of the senior members of the Ihogbe proceeds to give the sacred leaves directly to the Oba of Benin, and others put theirs at his feet.
Kaki nudo
Didiogwa Atinudo Enue. Ibiagoma Didiogwa Atinudo Enue. Ibiagoma Didiogwa Atinudo Enue Atin. Enue. Obala Tokpe. Osanore. Umadogemo. Akmoye ni awoge wae ewae nori oba osanore oba umadogemo akmoye ni awoge wae ewae no bia fave o oba dije oba dije oba Babanukiwere, abuki sivyoke o. Abuki sivyoke ko. Amira na yoki. Ebi na ya yoku wasaya yewe. Eke no kuyede to kumaka. Aba yano. Bahumayo, bahumayo.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. A lot is currently happening in Nigeria, especially in the area of insecurity. So we're going to be looking at the life sentence that was actually given to the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and the possible socio-political implications that it's going to be having in the country. I am Caroline Okonji on Viewpoint. So let's go talk to some of our resource persons and residents of Edo State to hear what their reactions going to be about this particular topic. I am Caroline once again.
Political implication. Of course, one would have expected that the president, being that they've actually at times they try to talk peace with Boko Haram terrorists, they try to make peace with bandits that are busy ravaging the northern part of the country. One would have expected that he should have also been given an olive leaf to ensure that there will be peace in the east. Because whether you like it or not, he has thousands or millions of sympathizers that are in the east, especially in the east. Even around the world, you also have some people that are actually very sympathetic to whatever is agitating for, whether rightly or wrongly. So I would have expected the president to leverage on that issue by granting him that amnesty, just like the way they did to Igboho and Co. Because of course, at a point, those ones were also agitating in the western part of the country. He was able to give them, he was able to settle with them, just as we also had with men in the southern side of the Sassas of the country. We also, Yaradua then, when he was alive, was able to grant them amnesty to ensure that there was peace there. Nobody was disturbing the pipelines and everything was going very fine. So I would have expected that this administration would have tried to leverage on that in order to create that enough peace in the east. Because as we are still talking, the sit-at-home order that they are giving is still very relevant, is still being enforced in some states in the east, like especially in Owerri, Imo State. They still observe it. In some other states, they also observe it. So people, even when you want to travel to the east now, you become very apprehensive because you know that you don't know what will happen because of that sit-at-home order and all that. So I felt that the federal government should have leveraged on that. But for him to have said he wanted to defend himself, we as lawyers, immediately made that decision, we knew that there was nothing that was going to save him. Because no matter how you feel that you know the law, you cannot know the law like a lawyer. You know, the lawyers would have been able to look at his the case that was presented by the prosecution and be able to raise a very good, robust defense, raise enough maybe probably discrepancies and loopholes in the prosecution's defense that would have warranted him being maybe being discharged and acquitted of this offence. But he opted to say he wanted to defend himself, that he never needed lawyers again, and this is where we are. Since the trial started, even when he has been convicted now, we have actually not seen an upsurge in the security situation in the East. So it seems as if people have also accepted that he has been convicted and nobody's saying anything. For now, I don't know. It's possible they might have plans to say they want to come out to the street, or to have plans to start demonstrating or maybe attacking government and government institutions and all that. Nobody knows. But for the now, it has actually not affected anything. It has not increased the insecurity in those regions more than where it was before. It has not at all.
I want to say that the sentence given to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the judgment itself and the sentence that followed from the judgment, they were very fair to him, very fair. Ordinarily, the law provides for a death sentence for such an offense, but the judge in his wisdom decided to give him life imprisonment, which is still a subject of controversy in the legal sphere. Now, the question should be, did the judgment flow from the facts, evidence before court? And the answer that will follow is yes. When a prosecution closes its case, they've learned evidence as to how they allude or claim that a person committed an offense. It is the duty of that person to allow himself, by way of calling witnesses, to debunk what the prosecution has said. But what the defendant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, did was to choose, rather than defend himself, he chose to attack the court, was questioning the court at every point, challenging the court's authority over him. That's not how a trial proceeds, and the judge had no choice at that point but to bring his defense to an end, since obviously his action, he's saying that he doesn't have a defense. So the court in his wisdom brought his defense to an end and went ahead to move the matter straight for judgment, since there was really nothing to defend anymore. And when he was also asked to make a written address, rather than make written address, he brought a motion upon which he attached an address. It is that address the court now took as his further address in the matter. So the judgment itself, to me, is sound. Now, coming to the circumstances of security challenge in this country, whether that judgment will aggravate security challenge in this country, I will tell you, security situation in this country is already bad. So we should not, with this our fear of, if I take this step, security challenge will increase. If I take that step, security challenge, that is what has aggravated the security situation in this country. Each step we take, we are looking at, one person, every person, somebody must be offended. That's the truth. As a leader, you are not there to go and serve ice cream. Your job is to go there and deliver justice, no matter whose horse is God. If it is the Igbo man today, give justice to and against him where it's not necessary. If it's an Hausa man, do the same. If it's a Yoruba man, do the same. That is the only issue. The problem people are having is that while you are imprisoning and sentencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are begging and placarding the Fulanis that are and other tribes that are presently causing mayhem in this country, because we have seen them. Because people they try to say, the filmmaker that made the movie The Head wanted to just bring bad name to the Fulanis. But we see every day on social media, the Fulanis, the headsmen, they celebrate their actions. And when you see the ones celebrating their actions in the bush, they are Fulanis. They will show you their captives in the bush. So if all the media space is filled up, TikTok is filled up with Fulani headsmen that are keeping people in captivity in the name of they are now in charge of security of this country. They are showing off their security, how much they have decimated the security situation in this country. then you say we should not talk about their tribe. We should talk about their tribe. Every tribe has bad egg, and it should be dealt with as such. You should not look at the tribe's name. Now, you talk about how the Igbos will react. The truth is, the Igbo man has suffered a lot in this country. I will not mince words in saying it. The Igbo man has suffered a lot. I was in Jos Plateau State in 2008 when the Jos crisis was at its peak. Igbo man suffered a lot. You know, the painful part, when you will now go to the police station and the court, when you expect to see a large number of persons that were arrested, you will see them today that over 300 persons are in custody. Come next week, nobody is there. No trial takes place. It's as if we treat this security situation as if it's just two fighting. 2 people fought yesterday. We just say, don't do it again. We pat them at the back and go home. People die. Somebody has died. It's not a case of 2 people fought. It's now a serious offense that must be dealt with all the importance attached to it. In America, one person went and killed somebody in front of the White House there. Killed somebody there. If you see the way the government took it, it's as if they took it as if it is the whole war, as if it was a war. They gave it all the seriousness required. But here, when somebody is killed here, we treat it as if it's foul that was killed. When 2 people, the government will just treat it as if take for example the way they dealt with this Akure, is it Kwara State church kidnapping, where people with people with firearms, brandishing firearms, come into a church and started committing havoc, wrecking havoc, shooting at people. Then they took some away. Then the next day, the government came out proudly, with a shame, to say they are happy to announce that they have rescued these people. Then why, after rescuing, what did you now do to those who came to commit the offense?
In my opinion, it's very, very unfortunate that the Nigerian society has degenerated to this extent that we find ourselves judicially and politically. The silence of good people in the face of oppression and cruelty is an injustice to justice. I will not fail to lend my voice against the political conviction, because the offense or the crime committed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not warrant life imprisonment, because though his actions cannot be in any way justifiable, but when there is an incitement of public, there is a provision for it. And when you talk about treason, there must be an evidence that the persons who is being charged for treason has in any way connived or collaborated or conspired with other persons in quest to usurp the powers of the state. But in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, he only made verbal statements. There was no evidence that he bear arms. There was no evidence that he waged war against the Nigerian state, and there was no evidence that he killed anybody. So why should he be sentenced to life imprisonment when we have seen recently that the so-called repentant Boko Haram who have killed, who have raped, who have kidnapped, who have waged war, who have committed genocide, we are being forgiven, so to say, by the Nigerian state and be infused into the Nigerian military formation. That's to say, they will grant a presidential pardon. These are the persons who have openly killed, who have stealed, and who have destroyed. We have equally seen another terrorist who were arrested, charged to court, and was given just 20 years imprisonment. Meanwhile, in the case of Kanu, someone who have never been seen bearing arms, who have never seen killing someone, who have never seen destroy anything, was sentenced to life imprisonment. I have this to say. This is a political convention, not a lawful or a judicial convention. If it were to be in accordance with the law, he would have been given 5, 6, 10 years, as the case may be, imprisonment, not to be sentenced to life imprisonment. Does his offense warrant life imprisonment? In its entirety, it doesn't warrant life imprisonment. Like I have said, I condemn his actions. or inciting violence. But that offense does not warrant life imprisonment. So the Nigeria actors, the political actors, should look into the conviction and the processes so that it doesn't lead to or compound the socio-political unrest in the east, eastern part of the country and other part of the nation. So the Nigeria state should be very careful because we have series of insecurity that the state is trying to deal with. It shouldn't compound the problem. I think what the federal government is trying to do, everything happening about Nnamdi Kanu is purely political. It is not in accordance with the law. Yes, the Nigerian government have the right to transfer him to any correctional service, maybe for the purpose of his safety, because they are also fearful that the Biafran agitation might also have plans or motive to get into the prison and rescue him out of prison. Perhaps that would be the government fear. Again, I am not also comfortable that transferring to the northern part of the country is also safe or politically wise enough, being for the fact that the northern part of the country and the eastern part of the country have been at loggerhead. We remember vividly respecting to what happened during the Civil War. So we don't want a situation whereby even the bandits or those in the north that doesn't have the good interest of the east will also get at him in the prison, because if he dies in the prison unjustly, that will amount to series of insecurity if it will not warrant another civil war in this country.
Treason or levying war against the state could likely take death or life imprisonment. If you see what the consequences of the actions of indigenous people of Biafra has taken a toll on the southeast, some people have died. They are trying to secede. It's a very serious decision for a part of a country to want to secede. We saw what happened in the United Kingdom when the Republic of Ireland wanted to secede. The United Kingdom fought tooth and nail to ensure that they stop it, although eventually part of Ireland seceded. No country takes it lightly. And so, taking into cognizance the socio-economic, socio-political dynamics of his sentence, it will dampen the morale of every Southeasterner, because generally people are saying that it seems that the Southeast is caged. But I think if Nnamdi Kanu and his group are going to pipe low, then a political situation can be found so that peace can be restored to the Southeast. There's a political aspect to it. The thing is that, is Nnamdi Kanu ready to back down from his agitation? Like I said, no nation takes it lightly when you want to break up the nation. Because if you look at all our constitutional conference, one aspect that has always been non-negotiable is the territorial integrity and the unity of this country. You don't negotiate it. And so we have fought a war before and nobody wants a war. Even the Nnamdi Kanu that he's talking about, was he part of those who fought that war? Most of the people who are talking about the levying war against the state were not part of the war fought in the 60s. And I think that the East should reconsider warming up to the Federation and other regions, stretch their hands across the Niger and shake the Southeasterners and restore them back into the nation as friends, brothers, and co-partners in the building of Nigeria.
Though, if we really want to follow the laws of the land, what the federal government has done was done in the right direction. But we can also say that sometimes the father used to beat the child, is the also same hand to bring that child back to the body. What Nnamdi Kanu did
truly we can say it's wrong, because you cannot shout war in a country and don't also expect the consequence. People like related Abiola also suffer same fate when they declare themselves as president, because we are in a sovereign nation, we are in a nation where laws abide. So I think what the federal government did was done in the right direction. But can we say, is it not going to also affect politically? Definitely yes, you can't say no about that. The reason is because Nnamdi Kanu is a voice as we speak. After the demise of Odumegwu Ojukwu, Nnamdi Kanu became the voice that the Igbo people believe in. 60% of them believe in the cause of Nnamdi Kanu. So it's also going to disturb the political calculation from that angle. And taking him to the area where, to me, it's not also safe for the very just now, was also something done in the bad faith. But what I would excuse is that if they put him in Kuje prison, it's going to be a sort of mecca where people come to visit him. That goes to tell you the type of person that has been arrested. For you to know that if you keep him here, that place is going to be a beehive of activities. It goes to show that person. So I think we will also come to the table of the president to beg, to have leniency, to beg, to say what he has done before can be seen and be forgiven. Because we are in a country where people slaughter, people kidnap, people kill people, show their guns, and nothing is done to those people. The same government that has given out the Kalu this fate will also say those people, we see those people and also negotiate with them, giving them mouth-watering excuses to make sure that what was done to these other people is done in bad faith. So to me, we must be transparent to ourselves. Nigeria does not live in a better tripod. We live in a place where some people carry AK-47s and they are negotiated with, and somebody else is seen with a knockout or a pistol, and the person is charged for illegal possession of firearms. So it's a country where the laws are for some people and the law is for some people. So to me, the federal government should see how best Nnamdi Kanu issue should be nipped on the bud, not to cause another worse-off crisis in that eastern region.
First and foremost, commend the judge for taking such a stand in such a very, very sensitive case. We all know that the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have lingered for this long. I think he was first arrested in 2015, and on and on and on, and the judgment came just a week or so ago. Be that as it may, I think I wouldn't want to belabor myself with the issue of cessationist agitation for states their own right of self-determination, which of course is a rule of customary international law, and it is also enshrined in the International Covenant for Civil and Political Rights of 1966. I think Article 1, Sub 3, that they have a right of self-determination, but there are laid down rules and procedure for that. I think the major charge against him was that related to terrorism on a 7-count charge, and we are looking at the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022. Somehow, there are laid down penalties for the offense of terrorism, which of course I would say the judge was fair enough to follow such provisions of that law, even though Nnamdi Kanu was not actually charged under that Terrorism Act of 2022. But however, that would be another case for the appellate court to look into. Then, looking at the socio-political aspect, for now, it seems to be calm. But I am sure that by the time they go on appeal and the case begins to go otherwise, there's going to be a kind of uprising, especially in the southeastern part of Nigeria. And that may not augur well so much for the security aspect of our nation, especially now that we are grappling with the issue of Nigeria being a country of a particular concern by stating from the American president point of view. Of course, I will say here and now that there are so many windows still open for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and for peace to also reign in the southeast. For example, I think there's a rumor making around that leaders, political thoughts, leaders from the southeastern part are trying to lobby the presidency if it can be granted pardon. I think if anybody is trying to question the position of the judge, why will he take such a stern position of life imprisonment? I will say that according to a very good jurisprudential school of thought, he said law can be defined as what the court says it is. So I believe the judge also follow that line of wanting to look at the law of terrorism and see that Nnamdi Kanu is given just what he deserves. I want to say here, as one who is abreast with the law to some extent by the grace of God, from the day he decided to defend himself, that he doesn't need the services of his lawyers, I think that was a very great error on his part, because the lawyers, they have the law at their breast and they have a way of also using persuasive arguments to sway the courts. And I hope that he will learn from this so that during appeal, he will allow his lawyer to take over the case. I think with this little, I can say, I hope that it will not escalate to a kind of uprising as regard to the issue of security, especially in the eastern part of Nigeria.
Having heard all that has been said from our respondents about the judgment that was actually given to the IPOB leader, some are of the opinion that it was a well-deserved judgment, while some are saying that the judgment should have been treated with human face and that he deserved to be pardoned. It's Viewpoints on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and bye for now.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.